G'day friends and fans, welcome to Tabletop News. I'm your host, the author David Applegate, authors of the books Erotic Tales, Into the Elves and the Erotic Tales from the Empire, with more to come. Please and thank you to all those who support the channel, and invite you to support the channel through the link tree in the QR code on the screen. Thank you to all those who have and will support the channel. Now, Bundle of Holding is one of my favourite sites, and on offer is a bundle of discounted RPG material, PDF, DRM free. However, these are also echoed on Drive-Thru RPG. So if you buy a package and they're available on Drive-Thru RPG, they are in your Drive-Thru RPG account as well. Doubly interesting. Now, first up, we have the Morkborg Core Bundle, a English language version of the tabletop role-playing game from the Free League. Now, the Morkborg Bundle is broken up into the Mork Collection for $9.95 and the Borg Collection. Morkborg is a rules-light, old-school Doomsday tabletop role-playing game from the Swedish team Occult Ortmestbear Games and Stockholm Cartel, published by Free League Publishing. Now, there's actually a doom metal album of a game. It's a miserable game about miserable bastards and heretics enduring a bleak, dying world. Perhaps you're a tomb robber, a mystic, a sacrilegious songbird. Play it as it is, or pick it apart for your own old-school revival homebrew. There is no more metal way to mark the world's demise than Morkborg. Now, you can play Morkborg standalone or its companion games, Cyborg and Piratborg. Now, $9.95 gets you 4 titles in the collection, retail value $45, DRM3, or level up, pay the threshold price of $25.20 and get the entire collection with 3 more titles. In the Mork Collection, you have the core rules, Cult, Free Tory, and Cult Heretic. These volumes are content of community-made classes, adventures, and treasures for use in Morkborg and other rules-like dark fantasy games. In the Borg Collection, we have the Cyborg core rules, a nano-infested doomsday RPG about cybernetic misfits and punks raging against the relentless corporate hell. Piratborg, a scurvy-ridden RPG inspired by history, fantasy, horror, and of course, rum. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. 15 men on a dead man's chest. I can't remember the rest, but the pirate life for thee, I guess. Yo-ho-ho. And of course, Morkborg Eghorn. Unfetter the profane, profound, with this magical box. Whether it be a blessed or cursed magic item, it's up to you. Because it is a mysterious box that keeps at bay the dark folk gods. The Bilkerd, the Buklua, the Old Dead, and the dreaded Silk Fiend. Those who dare commune with them are promised great rewards. But if your sacrifice is too small, it's an insult, and the gift could be very well a curse. Now this is rules for unfettering the profane profound, with 40 pages of artworks to bring this blasphemous object to life. For the amazing price, it is always worth living up to get a core collection. And there have been over 1,000 of these bundles sold, so it is not without some merit and popularity. Now, Cyborg Darknet is a collection, $17.95, of cyborg supplements for Christian Echorn's Nolan-infested Doomsday RPG. Cyborg featured in the Borg collection. Explore Psy and its old school style plot elements. The game master hacks together like a cowboy coder. You're destroying super mutant labs, kidnapping Corpy's ex to fulfill a crowdfunding campaign, dodging mechanical harvesters in the poisonous microculture fields around the Psy, infiltrating the brain-frying CV alt of the head-on lamb, or shipping dubious goods on the 404. The demented front page of the Darknet. Shopping for dubious goods online. Nobody would ever do that, right? Now, a Cyborg collection, $17.95, gets you the entire collection of Cyborg supplements, in which there are 6 in this bundle here. Beyond Psy, the fields around Psy are a monoculture desert of genetically enhanced crops. The Earth is sterile, killed by unfiltered UV radiation and potent poisons. Chemships puke fertilizer concoctions under the plants. Mechanical harvesters cut all down in a path. Beyond Psy breathes unlife into the wastelands. Cult of the Head on Lamb. A proton beam blew out the brain of the director of the Lamb Project. Well, parts of her brain are that were tethered to reality. Now the doc is a revered leader of a growing cult. Hopeful disciples enter the Lamb to have their cranium fried. Another doctor hired disposable punks to resolve the situation violently. But alas, they joined the cult or died. Now it's your turn. Get along, little luggies. Get along. Alright. The Darknet Filch. 404 Sand is the demented front page of the Darknet. A couple of digital adventures. Cool items. New apps, monsters, achievements, and more for Cyborg. 3 short Cyborg adventures in Down Band and Grade Rad. Explore the city of Psy in Gutterpunks and Cork Hunters. Corks lurk beneath the neon towers, prowling the drug waste high society discharges. Moneyed aristocrats drape themselves in the cork's hide and hide to protect murderous consciencelessness. Cool. Harvest hides for the rich psychotics. Well, you wouldn't want to be a poor psychotic, would you? Because the poor have to go for risk their life to get by. Now, the Borg Tribute is a triple threat sized magazine from Borg, Cyborg, and Death in Space. 48-page booklet of sick and sad ideas for Free Leagues, Borg, Cyborgs, and Death in Space. Fight the Machine for $17.95. Next we have the Salt Mine Bundle, an exciting collection of urban fantasy, books 1 to 18 in a paranormal mystery series. The Salt Mine Collection, $17.95, features 18 PDF and EPUB formats. Paranormal mystery. The Salt Mine is a secret organization that monitors and manages supernatural activity from its headquarters in the deep mineral deposits beneath Detroit, Michigan. Meet the demons, devils, fairies, undead elementals, and horrific outsiders that populate the hidden world. Explore the various ways of magic Salt Mining agents encounter and practice divination, summoning, augmentation, charming, and more to look beyond the mortal realm for the truth. This is an all-new bundle featuring all 18 novels, $7.95. This one has 6 days to go. Next up, we have, from August 2022, an occult horror tabletop role-playing game in the Great War, Never Going Home. The Never Going Home collection, $12.95. One price gets you the entire bundle. This is a resurrection of Never Going Home, a Wet Ink Games World War occult tabletop role-playing game set in the horrors of World War One. This is the Battle of Somme, and it's torn open the veil between Earth and the occult, and now soldiers in the trenches are surrounded by the horrors of not just combat, but the corruption leaking into the world. $12.95 gets you all 7 titles. You have the core rulebook, the Book of Whispers. The others can do anything you're starting to believe. Tome of the Corruption Beast, 24 monsters for Never Going Home. 3 campaigns and 21 short adventures. Prepare for mobilization, friends, fans, and other fine peoples. Tiny Supers. The clock is ticking. This is a minimalist comic book inspired role-playing game based on Tiny Dungeons. Tiny Supers. One price gets you the entire soup collection. From the golden era of superheroes comes the Tiny D6, role-playing game based on Tiny Dungeons. Stripped down minimalist rules that are easy to understand and teach. Tiny Supers is great for all who want fast and accessible superhero action that is quote-unquote fast and easy. Yes, it is sad that we have to dumb things down for the normies because too many rules. I just want to go click and enemy go boom, Fortnite crowd. But unfortunately, that is the way of the world. That the dumbasses are in the masses, and the dumbass masses want their Fortnite fodder. We have, as you've seen, the decline of role-playing in many formats. And the worst of all is the decline of the role-playing genre as you go through Daggerwind, Morrowind, and the other rest of the Elder Scrolls series, and the quality of the story declines, though the quality of the graphics keeps the cudgels entertained. I know this is an unpopular rant, but believe it or not, minimalist role-playing does not equal better or simple, because it leaves you empty and hollow. It doesn't give you many story options. From a writing perspective, it is rather tame, timid, and boring because it's safe. However, in the hands of a skilled DM, you could turn this into a truly memorable action adventure with real stakes and real villains. And actually have real role-playing, because role-playing is the game. You play a role. And that role could be hero or villain. In Tiny Supers, you have superheroes. Now you have the core rulebook and home. Young adults and teen superheroes. New powers, new villains, relationship traits. You actually start to have complexity. So you actually bring back the role-playing. New enemies. Fletcher City is a place for superheroes. More than with super archers. And yeah, that place called Canada. Tiny Supers. Fallen Justice. The Iron Age of comics. Haven City is crime-ridden, corrupt, and is teeming with tropes, themes, and ideas of the Iron Age of comics. It's a sandbox city with enemies, lairs, allies, few and untrustworthy, and the iconic vigilante. You have the powerless vigilante campaign, rules for equipment, utility belts. In other words, everybody's favourite superhero, the Batman. Allegedly. Galantverse campaign. South America, the European Union, and arch-villain fuels Atlantis. New archetypes, new power traits, new enhancements for your hero. And of course, strongholds and bases. There's a universe waiting for your heroes. Don't keep them waiting. Go. Of course, forth and adventure. And there's some adventures and a short RPG adventure. I shouldn't knock it too hard, it is not, but I just find that minimalist role-playing tends
to burn out very quickly because you limit the scenarios. Oh, it's not in the rules, therefore what do? Ignore it, I guess. But in the hands of a skilled DM, you can do an amazing thing called pulling apart, where you don't have to learn new rules. You just take the archetypes and the settings and apply the rules you know. The Erotic Tales of the Empire, Part 1, is my fourth book. Continuing the saga of the Empire of Elves. Do you love science fiction, fantasy, spicy adult action, and epic tales? Have you ever wondered whatever happened to the elves? Now you can find out where the elves went. They've established themselves a vast spacefaring empire in the Pleiades, along with dragons, orcs, ogres, goblins, giants, dwarves, beastmen, and other races, and they mostly get along. Mostly. You can get paperback and hardcover of all my books. My acclaimed books. Not available on Amazon. These are, I suppose you would call them, a special edition. And there's the various reward packs for supporters. As I mentioned, when you buy a bundle, it often links to its drive-through RPG equivalents. But there's more to drive-through RPG. It is the largest RPG download store on the internet. And what we have here is Original Frontiers, a unique role-playing system. Blast Rangers, a solo adventure, Steel and Void. The void is not silent, it howls with the whisper of forgotten things. The hunger of machines that once served and now seek dominion. The Thrinondi Wolfwheat emerges from the dark like an omen. It's a martyr of dreadnoughts, vast and unrelenting. Its pilots no longer men, but something more, something less. Cybernetic revenants, their flesh discarded, their minds chained to cold calculation. They strike without hesitation, without mercy. Against them, the Void Fangs stand alone. An elite strike corps of fighter aces, bound not by duty, but by defiance. You're one of them, a pilot trained in the dance of death, where thrusters burn like dying stars and missiles carve epitaphs in the dark. Your mission is simple, yet impossible in execution. Destroy the fleet before it engulfs the last three systems. You will require the Blast Rangers Core rulebook and any associated expansions, along with pen and paper, or you could just use a processing document. People do that, you know. Fabula Ultima Atlas for Fabula Ultima from Need Games. Natural Fantasy Atlas will bring you into worlds deeply permeated by the cycles of time and nature itself, where young heroes face the consequences of past mistakes and demonstrate that history does not have to repeat itself, creating a brave future
of coexistence, much like life in classic JRPGs. Dive into a new JRPG subgenre based on harmony with 4 classes: the florist, the gourmet, the invoker, and the merchant. New skills to create more combinations. 10 fantasy locations. Tips and hints for fantasy campaigns, or breathe life into your own world. Craft equipment and tools with any materials you gather for custom weapons and forging. Quirks, more depth to your character. Villains, and of course, featuring mega and chibi-like illustrations from international artists. Published by Need Games. Expand your role-playing with greater works than oneself with any of these fine and fantastic bundles. And you know what? If you've got a creation, let me know. I'd love to feature. But a lot of people have gone silent lately. I'm not saying that people are still not creating, but a lot of creators have gone rather silent. I believe they've gone salty on X. A lot of people have gone silent on X. But according to independent sources, X is busier than ever. It's just that certain communities have decided that X is no longer suitable for them. So, but of course, that just leaves the massive echo chamber of political hardheads and the few of us trying to hawk our wares in an ever-decreasing audience. Because while the audience on X may be vast, it is it is not a very deep puddle. Most people in the echo chamber, I agree, don't read your posts. But some do. And heck, that's how a lot of you have probably found my video. But I'm not abandoning X or embracing Blue Sky. I think all social media is cancer. It is far, of course, X is nowhere near the void of, that is, the Facebook. Where again, everybody's selling and nobody's buying. It's ludicrous, particularly now that people have more and more embrace ad blockers. But we persevere and hope that the audience will grow, that people will share and actually go, you know what, I'll support you. Shout out to the Men's Room and Anime Night 1992, 2 channels I regularly appear on. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And despite my salty rants, please support the channel. Old man screaming at the sky needs his fix of coffees. And of course, RPG material. So, can you support me? There is Ko-Fi. There is Patreon. You know, on Patreon I am developing my own RPG. I should do more with it, I know. But I'm also writing and producing videos. Of course, I write books. My book links and related merch are in my link tree, which you can find in the description below, in my profile, or use the QR code on the screen. Please and thank you. I appreciate any and all support, and please hit the like button before you leave. Thank you, one and all, for putting up with me, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.